gonna wait until it's telling me I'm ready to go. Awesome. So I'm a little bit early today. We are filming our live stream at noon, and we usually film it at 1 p.m. But if you are used to watching our video at 1, it will be available on our Facebook page at that point in time as well. I just wanted to make sure I had an appointment that was scheduled for 1, and it was immovable and set in stone. So I wanted to make sure that I could still live stream with my kiddos so that you can ask questions if you need to, and also comment on the artwork and get any tips from me as I'm doing it. So live stream for these classes, I always feel is kind of the best way because, you know, as we are creating, you might have questions that you want answered right away, like, Miss Elaine, my paint is too runny and it's going all over the place. What should I do? And you know, I can maybe give you some tips to steer you back onto the right path. Hi guys. So so today our class is a continuation of Music Week. We are going to be doing a colorful guitar collage, and a collage means that it's just different elements that are glued to your finished piece to create your finished piece. So this is a collage. We have some drawings that are going to be on the black paper, as well as a guitar that we're going to draw on white paper and then attach to it with glue. Our last class on Tuesday was actually, I had a lot of fun. It was our Keith Haring inspired dancers, and they are actually still on my whiteboard at home, and they make me feel very cheery whenever I see them. So hopefully you guys get a chance to take that class, and hopefully you guys have as much fun as I did. Definitely check out our past classes if you have time. We have them saved on our Facebook page. You can actually go to the Firehouse Art Center Facebook page, and on the left side of the screen there is a button that says live, and it will shoot you right towards all of our live videos. And most of those live videos are these live stream art classes. Some of them are virtual exhibit offerings like walkthroughs through Second Friday, artist talks, and meeting with the artists that we have here at the Firehouse Gallery, but most of them are the classes. So if you've missed any of our art classes, definitely check them out on our Facebook page, or you can even go to our YouTube channel and you will find all of our stuff there as well. As we're getting started, so my name is Miss Elaine, or Elaine Waterman. I'm the Executive Director at the Firehouse Art Center here. We are a small nonprofit gallery in downtown Longmont, and we are committed to providing opportunities for artists for exhibition, as well as opportunities for art education. So we're really super excited to still be here, obviously. You know, this whole closure thing has kind of done a number for everyone, but we are here. We're open safely by appointment only on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And we're open for walk-in traffic on Saturdays from 12 to 5. So all of that information you can find on our website, firehouseart.org. But we're happy to be here providing art education opportunities, as well as opportunities to introduce yourselves to new art and contemporary artists that are creating art in these times. So I am going to turn, actually, you know what? I think I'll show these to you first, you know, so that you can see me. But anyway, I provided these images. So this is something that you can find on the event page for this class. It's guitar shapes. If you haven't looked at this yet, go ahead and take this time right in the beginning of the class to print these out. Sometimes it's nice to see these shapes as you're making your guitar, so you can kind of see the options that you guys have. So you don't have to do the exact same guitar that I'm doing. I'm going to take my shape from one of these anyway. So you can print it out. I'm going to have it next to my drawing just so you can see it, but it would be nice to have a copy of it for yourself. This is something that I didn't include, but we're going to show you, throughout the class, and I will put it next to my drawing as well. This is the parts of an electric guitar. So you'll see, and my 12-year-old is actually learning how to play the guitar right now, so a lot of this stuff sounds very familiar to me because I've heard it in his lessons. So, we'll be drawing our fingerboard and neck. This one is the head of the guitar with the tuning pegs. These are the pickups. We're going to be drawing pickups. And then also there are inputs and also knobs that we're going to be drawing, as well as some of the other parts. And then this is the general body of the guitar. So I'll also have this available as we're drawing down here on the surface, so you guys can see kind of what we're doing. So we can get started. I'm going to turn the screen down and you'll be able to see my workspace. Ta-da! So I am here at the Firehouse Art Center today, and I have this handy dandy cardboard thing that I put down to protect my desk here. Right now it actually has this white stuff right here is paper mache, so I'm just going to scrape a little bit of that away so that it doesn't mess with my drawing. And this is the sample that I made for the class. As you can see, it's 2 pieces of paper, one white and one black. So we can go through the supplies right now, so you guys have your supplies ready. Now, as I'm going through the supplies, if you have all your supplies ready, you can print out this sheet if you haven't, so you have time to do that. But you will need a black piece of paper. You will need a white piece of paper. Make sure they are the same size so that when you make your guitar on your white piece of paper, it's not bigger than your black piece. So these are the same size, so I'm good to go. You'll need scissors, age-appropriate scissors, so make sure that you have some that are safe for your age. You'll need glue, either a glue stick or white glue. I always have Sharpies for outlining because it is, a really good way to get a very dark line, and it might be good to get some definition in our drawing. And you will need coloring tools, whatever you want to use. These are my crayons. These are my favorite Mr. Sketch scented crayons. I like them because you can roll them up and roll them down, and they stay protected. So I love these. Or you can use oil pastels. And I think that's pretty much it. I have a bunch of other crayons too, so that's not all I have. I have this gigantic thing here. So let's get started. I'm gonna move this to the side so you can still see it. And I am gonna take my white piece of paper. I'm gonna take my black piece of paper and move this to the side because we don't need that just yet. This piece of paper is gonna turn into this. But the first thing that we have to do is we're gonna fold it in half. So Amy is asking, hello, where are the guitar shape page? So if you go to the Facebook event page, so Firehouse Art Center Facebook page, there is an event that is listed, and it says Music Week, and it says Keith Haring Dancers and Colorful Guitar Collage. If you click on that event, you will come up with a post. There's a post on there that has the guitar shape image, and you can print it out. So the way I print it out is I save the image, bring it into a Word document, and then resize it and print it. So that's where you can find the guitar shapes. So with our white piece of paper, you can either eyeball it, which means estimate, which kind of, it's just a nice way of saying guess where the halfway mark is. But because we can do this, we can actually just fold it in half. Don't crease it too much. You just want to create a guideline. So here's half, here's the other half, and there's my fold line. Now I am going to draw a line on my page. You don't need to. This is just a guideline so that you guys can see what I'm doing, okay? So you don't need to draw that line. That's just so you guys can see. Okay, so we want to make sure that when we're doing our guitar that we have enough space for the whole entire guitar. So as you can see, there is this part right here, which is called the neck, and then there's the head. And we want to make sure that we have space for the neck, the head, and the body. Because just like when you're drawing a person, you don't want to draw the body and then have the head hanging off the page. So let's start off with, we're going to draw the neck of the guitar first. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to draw two parallel lines. Imagine the center of the page going this way. So I want you to think about where the center of your page is. And without using the pencil, I want you to use your finger first. You're going to draw one line going up and then the other line going up right next to it, okay? You want to leave space for the strings. So watch me first. I'm going to draw one line going up and then I'm going to stop. See, I left the space at the top. Then I'm going to draw another line going up, and they're parallel lines. And then I'm going to stop. So this is the neck of my guitar. Okay? Now I'm going to draw the head of my guitar. So if you look right here, I'm going to draw this part right here. Now I know this has all sorts of crazy curvy lines in it. And you can do that if you want, but I am going to draw a simple shape. So I want you guys to watch first. So I'm going to trace the line with my finger, the shape that I want. Then I'm going to do it with my pencil, and I want you guys to watch. Okay, so I'm going to make this shape like this. And then I could do a rectangle, but I think I'm going to make something that looks like kind of a triangle with its top cut off. So that's the shape I'm going to do. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and do these shapes right now. So I'm going to show you again closer so you guys can see. It is two lines going straight up, and then the shape for the head of the guitar, just like that. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and then we will do the rest of the parts of the guitar. So you can use this, it's kind of like a triangle, so if it was a triangle, the top would be like that, and you would connect it, and there would be a whole triangle like that. But it's kind of like the triangle with the top cut off. It's called a quadrilateral. Okay, so now that we have that, I am going to go ahead and draw the rest of my guitar at the top. So these right here are called tuning pegs. Now tuning pegs, as you can see, can either be on one side or they can be on both sides. So I think I'm going to draw this one with tuning pegs on both sides. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And these are the things that you turn to tune the strings that are going to come down. And we're going to draw the strings later. Okay, so make sure you have your tuning pegs, whether you have them all on one side or you have them on one side and then the other side. Okay, so that is the neck of our guitar and the head. Now we're going to do the body. So the body of the guitar is this part right here. Now here is where having the shapes of the body come in very handy. So as you can see, there's all sorts of different shapes. So if you look, these ones are the same on both sides, kind of. So this one's the same on both sides. Let's see, which one else? So there are some that are the same on both sides. So keep that in mind. You don't have to do different on either side. These ones, obviously, this one's different from the left side to the right side to the left side. I'm doing this upside down, so I never remember what side is which. But obviously very different from side to side. Very different side to side. So you can make, I mean, there are lots of crazy guitar shapes. So don't get hung up on doing the same kind of shape that Miss Elaine is doing. If you want to make yours a star shape, you can do that. There are some that are like rectangles, like long rectangles. However you want to do your guitar shape. Obviously, this is the shape that I've chosen, and I think I'm going to do something very similar for the next one. So I want you guys to watch what I do first. Okay, so I'm going to take my piece of paper. We've already separated in half, so this is one half and this is the other half. I'm going to take this bottom half and I'm going to fold it again, and I'm going to come up with the halfway mark for this one. And once again, I'm going to draw the line, but you don't have to draw the line. This is just a guideline so you guys can see what I'm doing easily. Okay, so I split it up. Here's one half and here's the other half. I am going to go ahead and I am going to draw one of my pickups right here. Now this is just to make sure my whole guitar fits. So if you can see, I drew it right above the halfway line. Okay, so here's my halfway line. I drew my first pickup right here. Now the pickup, it's called that because it picks up the vibrations of the guitar string, and then since this is an electric guitar, it translates that into the noise that goes from the chord all the way to the amplifier, the speaker. So that's why it's called a pickup, I think. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, so here's the pickup. I'm going to go down a little bit further, and I'm going to draw another rectangular bar. This is where the strings end. Okay? So it is called the tremolo. That's where, I think that's what the bar is right here. So this. That's where the strings are going to end. And now we can draw our bodies. So go ahead and look at the shape that you want. I'm going to move this to the side so you guys can see the shapes. I am going to pick, I think I'm going to do this one. No, this one. And this one says Strat, which I think is a Stratocaster. Okay, so I'm just going to follow these curvy lines. And remember, if you make a mistake with pencil, you can always erase it. But also remember that guitars can be all sorts of crazy shapes. So don't get hung up on, oh, my guitar doesn't look exactly like it was supposed to. There's all sorts of ways that you can draw a guitar. And if you make a mistake, you can always erase it. But maybe that's how you want your guitar to be. Okay, so I have drawn the body of my guitar. I've drawn the neck. I've drawn the head. This is where the strings end. And here is my first pickup. As you can see, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 pickups. So you can do as many as you want. I think I'm going to do another one right here. And then I am going to draw my strings. If you would like to, you can always use a ruler, or you can just draw lines that go up to the head, and then they go to a tuning, one of the tuning pegs right here. So you see, string starts there, goes all the way up, and goes to a tuning peg. So if there are 6 tuning pegs, that means there should be 6 strings. So 1, this is my second string. It goes to my second tuning peg, and here's my other tuning peg. This goes down. So now I have 3 strings. And I should have 1, 2, 3 left. So I'm going to do this one, 1, 2, and 3. Awesome. So that is basically my guitar. I got to make sure that I have like the knobs and the stuff to turn it on. So I'm going to give myself 2 knobs right here. Maybe this is volume and this is power. Who knows? But I think I am ready to outline it. So just to go back and say, you know, our steps that we did. First, we folded it to give an idea of where our size, what our size of our guitar was going to be. So we folded it in half, so this is 1/2, 1/2. 1/2 of the guitar page is going to be for the neck and the head. So we drew the 2 lines, and then we drew the shape for the head. Then we came all the way down to the bottom half. We folded it again to establish where our first pickup was, to give us an idea of where we were going to put the end of the strings. And then we created the body of our guitar however we wanted to, and added some other details, which was this pickup, these knobs, and then we added the strings. So if you want to, actually I think this is a good time to get your marker and do your outlining, because we are going to color next, and then we're going to cut out, and then we're going to put it onto our black paper. So make sure you outline everything. So depending on if you're using crayons or markers or oil pastel, sometimes these permanent markers don't show up after you've colored it in, because they just slide right over the waxiness of the crayon or of the oil pastel. So it's good to get your lines in first. Now, I am going to do a design on mine, and you guys can color just however you want. So if you want to take your time and color, you can always pause the live stream and then come back and give yourself as much time as you want for coloring. Sometimes I color a little fast. Obviously, I'm a little bit older than most of you guys doing this class, so I've been coloring for a really long time. But I want you guys to take as much time as you need. I don't want to rush your coloring, because we want to make sure that we color neatly and that we take our time. So I'm going to color that bar, and then I'm going to do this one. So figure out how you want to color yours. I'm going to make the pickup black on this one. So you see, I'm even leaving my guidelines in, because I'm going to color right over them, so it's okay if they're still there. I'm going to do hearts on this one. So go ahead and color however you want. This one I had like a lightning bolt going across the whole guitar. This one I'm going to have red hearts and maybe yellow stars, if I have my yellow crayon. I do. So go ahead and color it however you want. If you want to just do bright colors, that's awesome too. Lots of guitars are just super colorful. If you wanted to color it all one color, you can do that too. Oops, I forgot to outline this. So it's totally up to you. I think I'm going to do the neck of my guitar pink. I don't use a lot of pink, but why not? Then maybe I'll do the body of my guitar blue. Let's see, or maybe green. Blue or green? Let's do it green. Okay, so I'm almost done coloring my guitar. You guys can take your time. As you can see, I am coloring it, and I'm taking my time too. So I'm making sure that I'm coloring it straight up and down, and I'm not like spaghetti coloring it all over. I'm taking my time and trying to make it look nice. So but as I said, I've been coloring for a really long time, so I've had lots of practice. And that is an important part of doing art. You always have to get practice in the tools that you're using. So whether it's watercolor, whether it's, painting with acrylics, practice always helps you improve. And the best part about practicing is you can learn from when things don't work out. So I always say in art, there are never any mistakes, there are just lessons. So you can always learn how to do your art and how to improve it. So each time you make a so-called mistake, that's actually just an opportunity to get even better at making art. So I'm going ahead, I'm coloring and getting down to the bottom. Okay, outlining my star and then coloring around it. And then when this is done, we can cut it out. But first what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my black piece of paper and I'm going to put it right there for you guys. And I'm going to cut this out. So remember to use age-appropriate scissors. I don't want anyone cutting off tips of their fingers. And as I said, I've been doing these projects for a while, so I have been using scissors for a very long time, but I'm still very careful with them because I don't want to chop off the top of my finger either. So always be careful with your tools and use them responsibly. I'm going to take this and put it in the recycling bin and cut around. So if you want, I'm kind of cutting the black line off, or you can leave it for contrast. It's totally up to you, however you get it done. And okay, I was just checking to see if anyone else had commented. So hopefully, Amy, I saw that you were the one that was looking for the guitar shapes. Hopefully you found them. It is helpful to have those guitar shapes because it does show you that there are so many different shapes that a guitar can take. Okay, so this is my guitar. Ta-da! I think it looks awesome. I really love the way the color contrasts with the black. But we can even do some more. So I am going to first find my glue stick. So I'm going to take my glue stick. Now you can use glue stick or white glue. It doesn't really matter whether you use the glue stick or you use a white bottled glue. It's the same technique. I am only putting glue on the outside edge. It is a tendency to you might have a tendency to over glue and glue the center of the page and use a lot of glue, but just gluing on the side because this is the only part that really needs to stick. Okay, so I've glued around the edge. I'm going to turn it over and I am going to glue it down. And that is my colorful guitar. And I wanted to add some more stuff for interest. So what I can do, you can either use oil pastels or crayons. I am going to draw some stars on the back. So black background. I'm going to do, you can do like a lightning bolt If you had paint, you can splatter paint. That's another option. I'm gonna do, well, let's do more hearts. Now you can see I am using an oil pastel instead of a crayon. And oil pastels are great because when you layer them on top of a black, they give you a much brighter color than a crayon would. So to demonstrate that, that is oil pastel, and then that is crayon. So a little bit of difference. Yeah. So just have fun with the background. Add whatever you want to add. You can add dots. You can add hearts. And that is our music class for today. I'm going to pack a little bit of these supplies away, and I'm going to turn up the screen, and I am going to show you, I'm going to tell you about some of the cool things that are going on this weekend. Let me grab one of the kits first. I'm going to turn the screen up. So, hi guys. So let's see. There are some questions. Tempera paint. Yes, so tempera paint. So if you wanted to do like paint splatters on the black before you put your guitar on, you can do that. It just has to have time to dry, so you can use tempera paint. You can mix the tempera paint if it's a bright color with a little bit of white, and that'll give it more visibility on the black. Or you can use acrylic, and really it's just kind of splattering the background and then letting it dry, and then you can glue your guitar on. But this one, I just had the drying on the background. So. And as far as what we are doing this weekend, we are hosting Art Walk Summer on the Streets, and it is small events that are happening all the way until September 12th. If you live in Longmont, you may have seen the Main Street barriers go up, and although that is not for Art Walk, people ask, oh, did you close down the streets for Art Walk? And no, we did not. That is to support the businesses that are in downtown so that they can expand the space they can use for their customers. But we are just trying to make it look really pretty and offer art activation throughout downtown to support our community and support local creatives, which include musicians and artists. So this weekend, we are having Art Walk Summer on the Streets from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have 2 stages. One of them is by the Breezeways between 3rd and 4th on the east side by Jensen Guitar Company. There's going to be a musician there, as well as artist booths to have an art market. And our other stage is going to be in St. Stephen's Plaza. So the old historic St. Stephen's, which is on 5th and Main, it is the southeast corner. We're going to have a musician there as well with art booths for an art market there. But we're also going to have these super cool art kits that kids can pick up. So the art kits, somebody had asked before, how can we do art activities with kids and still socially distance? So these guys are art kits that are pre-packaged. You have activities in here. So I'll just kind of dump it out. You've got stickers. You've got your crayons. It's got fun little trinkets in it. Coloring pages. This one has this cool stained glass kind of thing. And there's just a whole bunch of different stuff. So this is just a representation of what you might find in one of the bags. But in all of the bags, we have this, which is a very cool coloring book that is made by local artists. So it says our contributing artists, and it's got 6 artists from Longmont, including myself, and they are participating by donating this artwork for a coloring book for you guys to color, and you can pick up your own. So a very cool variety of styles. And then I love this one. This one I think might be, it's a cat astronaut for Vance Brand. So Longmont stuff in this coloring book. And this one has information about Vance Brand. And then also the back page has all of our sponsors that sponsored our coloring pages. So Laura Chittick, Ace Hardware, Longmont, Quarters, Crystal Joys, Ivy Rose, the Historic Callahan House, and Used Book Emporium. So these businesses sponsored this drawing book for you guys, and you can pick up these art kits all prepackaged and safe at St. Stephen's in the Plaza on 5th and Main, the southeast corner. We're going to be there from 10 to 2. Supplies are limited, so you might want to come a little bit earlier. But we'll have music, we'll have art, and you know, we're just going to try and make this summer super fun and super creative. And you know, I hope that you come down to downtown Longmont and check it out. And next week, I will post the classes that we're going to do. We're going to go back to Tuesday, Thursday at 1 p.m. This week was Music Week. So next week I'll have to think of an equally fun theme. I don't actually know what we're going to do, but hopefully it'll be fun. I had fun today. I hope you guys did as well. I will make sure to also post this image on the event page because it might be helpful as you guys are doing the class. If you guys have made the project today, definitely send it to me. I'll post it on our Facebook page. We have a gallery for artwork that was made during our virtual kids classes. So I love to add the kids projects to that page because I love seeing all the artwork that you're making, and our community loves seeing them too. So thank you so much for coming to draw with me today. I hope to see you back next week. And I hope to see you at Art Walk as well. If you have any questions about Art Walk or about the classes that we offer or about the Firehouse Art Center in general, you can always email us at info@firehouseart.org, or you can visit our website at firehouseart.org. Once again, all of these videos are saved on Facebook and also on our YouTube, so if you missed them or if you need to just replay a little bit, definitely check them out there. And thanks for coming, and I'll see you next week. Bye.